Hey guys, welcome back to Countdown to the Castle. My name is Joey. Here's my beautiful wife and co-host, Marissa.
Hey guys.
So in today's episode, we are going to be talking about why adults should go to Disney. And not only why they should go to Disney, why they should be Disney adults and how you need to be Disney adults, because it's literally more geared for adults than kids. No, it's, equal parts, but
you love to say that Disney is for adults.
Yeah, Disney is for adults, okay? So we have compiled a list of 15 reasons why we think Disney adults are okay and why you should go to Disney as an adult, even if you don't go with kids.
Especially if you don't go with kids.
That's right, because we don't go with kids anytime. So let's just get right on into it.
Before we get into reason number one, there are just a few quotes that I feel like embody this episode so well, because we know that Disney World or Disneyland and its creation was meant for kids and adults to have fun together, not just adults take the kids to the park and watch them have fun. Mm-hmm. Walt wanted them all to have fun together. So a few quotes that I think embody that quite well is, you're dead if you only aim for kids. Adults are only kids grown up anyway.
Nice.
So true. And that is going to fall into this episode quite well. The second quote is, we believed in our idea, a family park where parents and children could have fun together, like I just said. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, to all that come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here, age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future.
Nice.
That is just so pretty, and I love it.
That is great.
All right. So number one.
Here we go. So our number one on the list is you can go for any occasion. Literally anything you can think of. Couples retreat, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, holidays, weddings, whatever you want to go for. Like you can literally go for any reason whatsoever.
And different dynamics as well. Yeah. Like you can go for bachelorette trips, friend trips, or like we said, couples trips, or big group family trips like we see a lot, There's just so many ways to do Disney.
Yeah, Disney literally has it all. Like whatever occasion you're going for, like Disney's got the stuff to do it. So
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so number two is cultural exploration.
Mm-hmm, a lot of it.
And, there's like obviously the joke of like, oh, we have that in Epcot kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like,
we do.
We do. But more on the serious note, like Epcot is for like explorers and adventurers and like those cultures. Like they have the international internships, so they'll actually bring people from that country who want to intern at Disney and live over here. Cool. And so it's like you do get a taste of their culture just through like interacting with those cast members. Obviously like the architect that goes into, Epcot's World Showcase, mm-hmm. and food and beverage and things like that. And there's a lot of education in Disney and hidden in Disney that like you may not notice as education.
Especially in the World Showcase.
Especially in the World Showcase. And so I think that cultural exploration here in Disney is like something that, people love to do because it's fun. But also it gives you like a little taste. It's like sometimes you may not have the money to go overseas and see these cultures in real life, but you get a little bit of a taste mm-hmm. for it in Epcot. And as cheesy as it sounds, it's like, it is a fun way to kind of like get out there and like see the world without having to like take the plane overseas and kind of spend, because we were like, should we go to Europe? And we just posted a funny reel about saying that like people say that we should go somewhere mm-hmm. other than Disney all the time. And we're like, we're gonna do it anyway. So it's like, but sometimes we're like, well, Disney just for us happens to be the cheapest option in mm-hmm. terms of like big vacation compared to if we wanted to go to Europe. So I just really,
it's not just because it's cheap. We want to go to Disney.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's another reason. But, like, when we start thinking about it, it's just kind of like, well, we can't do that right now. And we're not willing to sacrifice multiple years of not going on vacation. So let's just go to where we want to go and spend the money. So, yeah, that was our number two.
Honestly, I didn't know about the whole international internships.
Oh,
until, like, last trip. I think it was while we were in the Ratatouille line. I had said something, and you're like, yeah, they bring people, like, from different countries.
They have like French people, and at the booths and stuff, like all these types of things. During COVID, it stopped, and I honestly don't know what they did. I guess it just wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what they did or like who manned those stations. But before COVID and now after COVID, they've brought it back. And they will. It's like the Disney College program, but just for international students.
Yeah.
And adults.
Yeah, it's super cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Little tidbit.
Number 3. Holidays are just done better at Disney. I mean, they outdo themselves every single time. They have seasonal events. They have the Merry Christmas party. They have Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yep. Halloween, Christmas. They do things for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They do things for like just spring and like
Yeah.
fall, like all these little different seasonal stuff.
Festival of the Arts.
Festival of the Holidays for Christmas.
Wine and food. Food and wine.
Yeah, I think like for someone like me, it's like when the holidays start coming around, I typically want to celebrate or like go out of town and like go to like maybe a mountain town and like see the lights. And it's like this is what Disney can provide for you is like not only do you have everything else at Disney, but you also have like these holidays that are being celebrated on like such a grand scale.
Yeah, I mean they got like the fake Snope down Main Street.
Yep.
They got all the lights up, all different kinds of trees. All the resorts are decked out.
Right.
Everywhere is completely crazy with holiday decor. Like, yeah,
it's literally like Christmas or Saint Nick like threw up everywhere. And
That's
like,
right.
That's what we want.
Like you can go to New York, but you're just gonna see like the big tree. You know what I mean? Whereas Disney, everything is decorated. They just do it better.
Number 4, living out childhood experiences.
Indeed.
So, kind of what we mean by this is Disney gives you this place where what you dreamed of as a kid kind of comes to life. Like those huge Star Wars fans, like my dad is a huge Star Wars fan, and like, Galaxy's Edge coming to life, you're able to step into that world. Or, if you grew up loving Disney princesses, like you get to go meet them and like see their castles and just kind of like be immersed in these childhood experiences that it's just fun to relive again, honestly. So yeah.
That's right. It's just like you see all your childhood characters just come to life there, and you just think like it's the best thing ever. Like
yeah, and it does. It's like it's the nostalgia part of it too, where these memories that you've made there, you now can go back, as an adult. Like I did grow up going to Disney, and so those childhood memories are more than just going to see characters. It's also like going to spend time at the place that I've made so many good and like fun memories with my family and friends.
That's right.
So I think definitely like Disney is just the most magical kind of place for that to happen.
For example, like literally, I'm a huge Monsters Inc. fan. Loved it growing up. They're coming out with the door factory or whatever it's called.
Yep, the scare factory.
The scare factory, dude. Like I am so excited for that ride. Like it's just like small things like that. Like it's just crazy that like I was watching it as a kid, and now I get to go in the factory.
Well, and like the thing too is like Disney doesn't just like put up a few decorations that says like Star Wars. Like you're walking. You're
immersed.
They don't decorate or like they don't even like theme it to whatever it is. It's like they make that. Like they make the land that you saw in these films and in these stories, and like you're walking through it. Like even Adventureland, like. It's just the whole story just comes together so well that you truly feel so immersed. And like that is such a magical thing about Disney.
Oh, yeah.
It's just always constantly feeling like, it's just something amazing. And that'll kind of go into our next point, number 5, that is escaping reality.
That's right. And what we mean by that is like literally when you pull up to Disney and you drive underneath the sign, I know everyone feels the same way. It's like you have just been like transported to a different dimension.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, the Disney bubble is real and alive and like palpable. You can just release all of your responsibilities. At least for me, it's like I know before I go on a Disney trip, I'm like, I need to get everything that I need done beforehand, because I know that once I get down there, I'm not even going to think about it.
Yeah. So, and the way like we do it, like we literally don't care. We leave every single responsibility behind.
Yeah.
Well, we'll save up the money. It's just so we know, like, we literally don't have to worry about nothing. We'll save up enough money, go down there, and we just live it up while we're in Disney. We literally leave everything behind. Like, we do not care and just have such a good time doing it. So it is.
And it really does feel like a different timeline. Like, you just kind of, like, step out of your stressful life. And for so many reasons that happens while you're in Disney, but like all these points kind of go into making that like feeling happen. But like the theming, it's like you truly are just like moving into, and I'll say that for Universal too, like Harry Potter, like
Oh, yeah.
when I step into that, it's like I'm not in like my reality anymore, like or at least I want to give into this like fantasy as much as possible.
yeah.
Like when I'm walking through all these different lands and things, I am actively feeling like, hey, like I'm in this fantasy world, and like that's part of what makes it so much fun. It's like that's why I feel like kids have so much fun doing things anywhere that they are, because of their imagination. It's just like they allow themselves to feel that kind of like escapism. And I think as an adult that's hard for us to do, but Disney allows that kind of escapism to happen, and they help you along the way to do that.
For sure.
And cast members are so good of that too. They'll keep you in.
Nice. Cool. Moving on. Number 6. We got transportation.
Yeah, so I feel like this is a huge point, or I guess it's like a small point that people overlook a lot of the time, because once you get into the Disney bubble, and especially if you're staying on property, you don't have to worry about transportation.
No, you do not. Unless you choose to, but
yeah, people sometimes choose to like drive to the parks. I'll never be that person, literally ever.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching a vehicle.
Once we get onto Disney property, we park at our hotel. We don't touch our car until we're ready to leave the facility.
Never. I will find some kind of Disney transportation to get me somewhere. I don't care. Like, you know, we like to park hop a lot and stuff. We're taking Disney transportation. We have breakfast reservations. We'll find a way to get there somehow. We will take a bus to a park.
This upcoming trip, I have, talking about escapism, I can't all the way. There's one day where I have like a 2-hour class that I have to attend to virtually, and I'm like, it's at a weird time. I'm gonna have to get to the hotel. Like, I'd love to go to Riviera and like study and something like that.
That's right.
But it's like the easiest thing would probably just be drive to Riviera. No, I'm going to like go to Disney Springs, figure it out, go to a hotel, find all these different ways. And obviously it's great for adults specifically because, one, you don't have to worry about your own gas. You're spending other people's gas money. But 2, it's like if you do want to go and get a few drinks, which I feel like is another great point that is later on this list.
Yeah, you literally have nothing to worry about.
You don't have to worry about it.
Nothing.
And it's so safe too. Like, I've never felt like unsafe in Disney, which isn't on the list, but like I feel like that's such an important like fact too that goes along with transportation. I just feel like, and the transportation runs so late, like you're good, like early and late. You're covered.
Like, it almost feels like all inclusive without it being like all inclusive. You know what I mean? Just like not having to worry about going anywhere on your own. Like, you literally, it's just wherever you want to go. Disney's got it. Disney got some type of transportation. Whether it's the buses, Skyliner, monorail, you can Uber. I know it costs money, but still, it's a different form of transportation that you don't have to drive your own car. So it's Disney's got it all. Disney,
they got it figured out for sure. So next on the list is nightlife, and this is an adult. Why should adults go to Disney? I feel like nightlife is such a draw, and boy,
and I don't
Disney
feel like
love it.
And I don't feel like enough people think about that. Like, they think of Disney like
the parks only.
Your non-Disney goers are gonna look at you and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're going to Disney?
Go right. It's a small world."
Yeah, they instantly think of Magic Kingdom, probably your most kid-friendly park, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to," like she said, "I don't want to go ride. It's a small world, blah, 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 this and that." Listen, we'll get into rides, but rides there are fun. Doesn't matter which ride, all right? It's fun. But they also have a lot of stuff geared towards adults.
Outside, I mean, even in parks, there's tons of bars. I mean, there's some quality, just off the top of my head, baseline over in studios. And, Magic they're getting the Pirates Lounge, and it is yet to be determined on the alcohol status. But, like, Magic Kingdom is the only park that you can't open carry around the park with your alcohol.
Might change.
Like, I'm telling you, there's literally, it probably will change in the near future. There is probably a bar at every corner in a Disney park. They are going to allow you to get your beverages, and they're good. But with nightlife, it's one, we talked about transportation, so that's amazing. So a few of the different options for nightlife, because there are a ton.
There are a ton. We only listed a couple. We obviously can't go into everything.
I think this itself could be an entire episode, but nightlife is so important to Disney. Like, it truly is, like, for how much nightlife there is, that just should be enough to show you that, like, Disney thinks about the adults.
Oh, yeah.
If not more than the children, because, like, there's more places to get beverages than there are, like, I don't know, potty train. I don't know. I couldn't think of an example.
Nice.
So there are bathrooms for sure, but that's for everybody, I guess.
So there might be more bathrooms, but
there should be more, that's for sure. So a few of the different options are Trader Sam's. This is over at the Polynesian.
Great bar.
It's a really small bar,
Great
very
bar
hard
that I've
to
never
get
been
into. Yeah, right. So nice. I have
cool
been,
bar.
and it is really cool. And obviously the price comes with it. They're pricey cocktails, but they're fun. They make a show out of it. And so it's really fun and well themed, and it is a bar. They're I went in as a kid, but after a certain time, you can't go in with kids.
Yeah.
Next is the whole of Boardwalk. There are so many options at Boardwalk. Boardwalk is so often overlooked. In fact, I've been to the Boardwalk, but I've never really taken in the Boardwalk. This trip, we have a whole night dedicated to it, so I can't wait to come back on here and talk to you guys
which will be my
about all
first time to the Boardwalk.
Yeah, I think this is extremely overlooked. So we have Jelly Rolls at the Boardwalk, which is just a dueling piano bar, which my favorite thing in the world. We have the Atlantic Dance Hall, which is a dance hall. And you have the Abracadabra bar that just is like a magical, magician themed bar, and they have fun cocktails and things like that. And then we have Disney Springs. And there's an abundance of things. So many places to get drinks in Disney Springs. People that aren't even Disney fans, but just are local to the Orlando area, will go to Disney Springs for their,
it's a whole hangout down there.
Yeah.
And I think, that's probably your best bet, honestly, other than, Boardwalk. If you just want, an abundance of things, there is, literally bars,
food
there's
and bars.
little lounges, there's good food, good dessert there's shopping, there's literally anything that you want at Disney Springs. So Disney Springs is a really good option for the nightlife.
Yeah.
Behind it probably Boardwalk, and then all the other single locations,
right?
Plan it throughout
and
the whole
obviously,
property.
people talk about doing monorail crawls and Skyliner crawls. That's for the adults. No child is I want to go do a monorail crawl.
Yeah, right.
Because maybe to go see the different arcades.
I know. When I was younger, I would have been why are we riding the monorail? Let's get to the parks.
I was going to say, the monorail is a means of transportation to get me to where I need to go.
Yeah,
but,
right.
It's really popular. So at Disney Springs, just a few examples are House of Blues. This is a concert venue, so many times we've been at Disney Springs, we've seen a ton of people go and line up for the concert that they're having that night.
Oh, yeah.
And it is also a bar and restaurant. And then you have things like Raglan Road, which gets rowdy.
Oh, yeah.
Near St. Patty's Day or any other time, honestly. That's just a really popular spot. And one thing about me, I'm a sucker for an Irish pub.
She is.
So
she
anything
is indeed.
English, I'm in. So give me a Guinness and I'm ready. So yeah.
Cool. All right. Moving on. Number 8. We have thrill rides. And we're not even just going to talk about thrill rides, okay? We're going to talk about all the rides because, they're all good. You know what I'm saying? But there are some rides there that some might consider more geared for adults, such as Guardians of the Galaxy. You got Everest. You got Tron.
Rock and Roller Coaster. I was traumatized as a child on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, even Tower of Terror is that's a big kid ride.
You have brave children, but sometimes they're too short or whatever it may be. But I think some of it's just too intense, and it is for adults. And
so they have fun rides there. They're not boring, and I don't care who you are. You can even hop on It's a Small World. It's still gonna put a smile on your face.
Right. Well,
maybe not, but
well,
you get the point. Other than that,
it doesn't have to just be a thrill ride that
are
enjoyable. But I feel like thrill rides are kind of adults will appreciate those. Sometimes more than any child would. And I think, again, it's just really geared towards those thrill-seeking adults, some adults, aka me, don't want that, and I will be comfortably fine on It's a Small World.
But something for everyone. I mean, they got simulators, they got slow-moving attractions, they got boat rides, they got roller coasters, moderate thrill rides. They literally have everything.
And it's so funny. This is something that I was just kind of thinking about, is like a lot of these rides are like just like different themed areas are IP that like children might not even be familiar with. Like,
yeah.
it will eventually become updated, I'm sure, but like there's some IP that's geared only for adults. Like only adults are going to know certain things. Like Indiana Jones, most kids aren't going to know what that is recently, these days. Right. Or, Tom Sawyer, obviously, that's getting the boot though, but
get the boot.
Just some things like that, like Big Thunder Mountain, like sometimes they may not associate it with like there's no movies out about it or things like that, and so that alone is like, hey, this is for you adults, like you guys are the only one that is going to know about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, the next thing that we have is shopping, because
so much shopping.
There's so much shopping.
Marissa loves it a little too much.
I love shopping, and I mean,
no,
personally,
it's fun.
I love Disney shopping, like merch shopping, which you also
I'm
love.
kind of getting into it, and it's kind of scary.
But just for like the general adult, there's so much shopping, and like Disney Springs isn't just like your regular like Old Navy and like whatever else.
It's kind of bougie.
It's like they have nice stores that you don't have at your local mall, and so that alone is a draw. But yeah, I mean, there's just tons of different shopping, and
yeah, literally, and it's not just Disney Springs; it's throughout all the parks. There's multiple shops in every single park, and like it's literally around every single corner. And
again, like that's for adults. Like, I mean, kids are going to go in and see the toys, of course, but they're not going to want to linger and kind of look around. But I mean, definitely linger around those shops. It's just fun to see what's out there.
It's a good time. It really is. And I'm not the biggest shopping person, and she can vouch for me on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate going shopping, but Disney shopping, it's a good time.
Yeah.
All right, so next we got number 10, and that is constant entertainment, and that can't be any more true.
Yes.
Because Disney, like we always say, has it all. You're never bored.
You could literally not be bored.
Yeah.
There's always something to do.
They got shows going on. They got, the concerts going on at different restaurants, live music, doing piano bars. They got light shows at Magic Kingdom. They got the fireworks show. They got the, what's it called at Disney Springs? The drone show?
That might be going away. It's actually already gone, but
really?
Yeah, it was only for a short amount of time.
Wow.
But me and Joey have this thing where we'll go to a new city. We'll be like so excited to go to a new city, and we'll get there and we're just kind of like twiddling our thumbs. We're just like, we don't know what to do.
That is so true.
Like, I know that there's fun things at these places and these cities and new towns that we go to, but it's like, it's so hard to find that, and it's so hard to like find the right ones or like find fun things sometimes when you go to a new city, like unless you spend hours of planning. And I do still, and we still find ourselves in this like, well, we just did all the things that we thought about, and it took up a third, of the time that I wanted it to. So now we have all this time left, and I feel like at Disney, the reason we love it so much is
we don't have to think.
We don't even have to think. It's just laid out for us. There's entertainment everywhere.
Something around the corner somewhere that you can go enjoy. I mean, even walking around in a resort is a form of entertainment at Disney, because we'll get into resorts, but there's some really cool resorts out there. Like something that small will keep you busy, and you'll be able to enjoy your time.
Yeah, and again, it's all in this one place. You don't even have to leave the property. And, you did mention it before of like this feeling like an all-inclusive. Obviously, the money portion isn't there.
Yeah, right.
But in terms of just having like restaurants, food, restaurants, and food that go together, but like shopping and entertainment, like they're all together at this one location. And like it just feels like endless possibilities.
Yeah.
And
you don't even have to leave. You don't even have to leave the property.
Yeah.
Like you literally have everything at the tip of your fingers.
Yep. Okay. So, and I do just want to also talk about this point in this, number 10 here, because if you do bring kids, even with these kids, it's still, I would say, an amazing place for you as an adult to go on vacation for yourself, because in addition to all these points that we're making for you as the adult, you also have all these entertainment options for the kids. Like, you go to the beach and sometimes it's hard to keep them entertained. You know, like I, as a child, wanted to stay at the beach, like on the beach for like 2 hours a day. And I'm like, I'm ready to go back to the hotel.
Nah, I was like 30 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
like, let's get out.
So it's like sometimes it's hard to find the entertainment, and at Disney it's like constant entertainment that you don't have to provide. It's provided for you as the parent. And in addition to entertainment, they also have, you know, a lot of options for maybe not like childcare, but in ways, in like different aspects, they have different ways to keep your child occupied and looked after and things like that.
And I even remember like around the 12, 13, 14 range, like honestly, some parents just let their kids go. Like I remember I would just leave. Like I'd leave them and I'd go to a park. Like
it's just that kind of, I feel like it's the perfect opportunity for older kids to say, get a little taste of freedom. You know, we're in like a safer area than we would be if we were at any other vacation spot, most likely. And you do. You just kind of get to let them go. And like we said, transportation, it's like it's all included. So these kids can just kind of figure it out and manage their money and manage their time well and like kind of start figuring that out. And you as the parent now get your whole free day to go do all these other points that we're talking about. So, but I just wanted to mention that.
Good point. Good point.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to number 11. We have relaxation, which there is a lot of.
I feel like Disney World is probably contrasted against relaxation. People will often be like, I don't want to go. It's overstimulating. And
It's
it
hard
can be.
to relax because there is so much to do. Like, and Disney's not cheap. So,
right. So you do have that pressure of needing to get a lot done. But
if you do want to relax, there is a lot of opportunity to do that.
I am married to the go person. I myself am not necessarily that go person. I do have a little bit in me because, like you said, it is a lot of money, and I want to get a lot of things done, and
That's right.
I'm excited to get a lot of things done.
Yeah.
But you know, when you go on rides that I can't go on, this is the perfect opportunity for me to relax. Like, this is the people watching Olympics. Like, there are so many different kinds of people that go to Disney, and it is just so amazing to just get a little coffee, get a little drink, go find somewhere to sit, and just people watch. Like, you can relax at Disney World.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, like there's spas at different resorts that you can go to.
Tons of different spas.
There's a bunch of little things.
Really like high class spas.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of little things you do. Golfing. I mean, there's some resorts that have little beaches that have little hammocks on them and beach chairs. You can go relax that way. Going back to it, even walking around a bunch of resorts is a relaxing thing for us to do. I mean, when we just want to break, we go resort hopping and we just kind of walk around and just
literally
chill.
just hop in the Skyliner and just take a few laps on that.
Like,
you know what I mean?
We'll go chill at Riviera. We'll go play, the big checkers and the big chess and bocce ball. Like, that's relaxing. Like, it's
Go
it's
sit
a
by
good
the
time.
water.
Yeah. That's what we did. We literally brought coffees to Riviera and we just went and sat by the water and just watched the skyline, which is a great view, by the way.
It's
y'all have to
beautiful.
try that.
Yeah. I put golfing here, and I was hesitant to put golfing under the relaxation because I don't personally golf, but he likes to golf.
It's a relaxing sport.
I was going to say, would you consider it to be relaxing?
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Okay. I was like, I don't know. It's still sport. Like,
Very
it could be
relaxing.
stressful. Okay. So the next point, number 12, is the culinary experiences.
There are so many options for, different foods.
Yeah. You can do, there's tons of quick service like in the parks. If you're not really like that concerned with like the food that you're eating, there are options for you. But there are also a ton of options. And most honestly, most of it is geared towards those adventurous eaters and like foodies and things like that. Like, that's why Epcot has all these festivals. It's why Magic Kingdom, why all the other parks are starting to get a little bit more adventurous in their menus. And it's not just the festivals. Like, Animal Kingdom is one of the most diverse areas for food.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like good food.
Yeah.
So you have like fine dining. Like, it's a great place to do date nights. There's tons of options at Disney Springs. In the parks, there's plenty of options. At resorts, tons of options. But we also could do casual fast things like we were talking about. Disney actually has a Michelin star restaurant called Victoria and Albert's. It's the most expensive restaurant on Disney property.
Never been.
At the Grand Floridian. I don't know if we ever will be. We're not the most adventurous eaters.
We are not big adventurous eaters.
But we still like to eat, and we still like to toe the line
Yeah.
of adventurous.
We'll try some things, but I would say 90% of my orders at Disney are burgers.
Yeah, you do eat a lot of burgers. I, though, because I am a picky person, I appreciate things like the festival because I can spend $5 on something like a lamb, and try it, and maybe I love it and find a new food that I enjoy, or maybe I don't like it, but that's okay. I just spent $5 and I still get to try new food.
Yeah,
there's just a ton of options.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to number 13.
Number 13, which is resorts. Going back to resorts. Now, there is literally so many resorts. I don't even know how many. Do you know how many off the top of your head?
I don't know how many.
There's probably like 40 different resorts there. I don't know. Is that too much?
I think that might be too much.
Too much? All right. Well,
I don't know.
There is a lot.
That's a lot.
There are a lot that are geared towards adults. I mean, you got.
I would say most of the resorts are geared towards adults.
Yeah, other than like your
pop
value resorts.
Art.
Those are like your more kid friendly resorts. Everything else is like adults. Like if I had kids, I'm going to a value resort.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm like if I'm older, then I'm gonna go to a moderate or a deluxe. I mean, that's not the case because we're going to All-Star here in a little bit.
No, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, obviously financial things are a factor, but I would say most of the resorts on Disney property are geared towards adults. We talk about Riviera all the time, but even things like the Wilderness Lodge, I think that is an adult cozy thing, or like Coronado is like really getting up there with the Grand Destino Tower. Just all these
Grand Floridian.
The Grand Floridian
Spa.
The Grand Floridian Spa.
That's
and
what I'm talking about. It's a spa and resort.
I like. There's just so many different resorts that adults can go and enjoy, and in those resorts they have fun activities like. Coronado has something like the Sangria University. That's for adults. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that each resort has that makes it more of a adult experience.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome.
And a lot of them, like we've been talking about, have lounges. So they got little bars inside of the resorts. Like I said before, they got the lawn games at the resorts. They got pools at the resorts. Like, they literally have everything. Like,
yep.
You can probably make a whole vacation out of Disney without even going to a park.
Oh, and that is on the docket for an episode because, man, I think that I'm so passionate about that. Like, especially like as I've gotten older, it's like truly I understand like the pool and like the weight of the resorts and like how important those are to the Disney parks. But with these resorts, it's like, yes, you can go to the most luxurious, hotel like the Grand Floridian, or you can go to one that's fun. Like as an adult, it is still fun to go to the All-Stars and Pop and Art of Animation. Like it's fun to be a part of that theming. And, they have lots of fun activities too. So I think there's just something, all adults can enjoy all kinds of things. And that's the thing about going as an adult is like you have the pick of the litter. Like you can choose any kind of different vacation you want.
You literally can.
Okay, so that kind of goes into our next point of it is always different. Number 14, always different. So Disney, it's a known thing. It's ever changing. It's always evolving. It's never finished, which means
getting crazy. Disney's getting crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if D23 wasn't, a testament to this, it's truly. It's always every single time that we go. Go ahead.
Disney like 100 years down the line. Like just imagine what it's going to be like.
I know. I can't. It's going to be so different that it's hard. I feel like as it is now, it's like we're slowly making change. It's kind of easier to accept. It's like softer on the palate. It's easier on the palate.
I like change.
I like change to a degree. I can't think about 100 years in advance because I'm like, that's too much change at one time for me. But so, every single time that we go to Disney, which is obviously a lot, like there's always either something new to us that we've never done before. And there's a lot that we haven't done before.
Oh, yeah. There's so much.
And we go for weeks at a time.
I mean, I literally point out everything I haven't done. Like the boardwalk. I haven't done, the Country Bear Jamboree.
We have a whole Disney podcast, and there's still a ton of things that we haven't done. But that's a testament to how much there is to do at Disney that we're able to talk every single week about something.
I know. I feel like a rookie talking on here sometimes.
But it's like we still, like, there's just so much. And, like, you could go for a whole week, 2 weeks, and you just wouldn't be able to scratch the surface of everything that Disney World has to offer. And that makes it so much fun. Like, I know a lot of people are like we were talking about, saying switch it up, change it up. And yes, I mean, I'd love to go see the world someday, and that will happen for us. But, you know, I had spoken about the reasons why not right now. But it's like, no, but you don't understand, like, there's truly something different, and it's a different experience every time.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe we want it to be a relaxing trip, and we say, you know what, I want to go stay at the campgrounds and kind of spend most of my time at my resort and
That's
go to
right.
Disney Springs and like hang out. Maybe do like 1 or 2 park days.
Yeah,
or
literally.
half park days. Or I could go and say, you know what, I'm on it. I want to go to every park every day. I want to rope drop. I want to go like do extras.
We're gonna go 9 days and we're gonna go to a park every single day. You can literally be go like that, or like she said, literally, or like I said in the previous one, you literally could make a vacation out of it without even having to go to the park.
Yep. There's there's so much to offer that isn't in the parks. So yeah, I think it's just every time that we go, we're excited to see, you know, something new. And also you have your comforts that you have that you'd like to go and visit. And that's really fun too, to start making traditions at Disney. Especially like, you know, with the potential for a family in the future. It's like, that's really exciting as an adult to think about creating those traditions ourselves. That's something that's so important to us, and then sharing it with, you know, the future generations.
For sure. Well, that was good. So we're going to be moving on to number 15, which is our last one, and it's a good wrap-up one, if I do say so myself, which is the Disney community. Yes.
So with Disney, this community is tight. We support each other.
Oh, yeah.
And because we do get some hate.
Disney, and I mean, from outside people, not Disney adults.
Right, from other people, we get hate, and it's like, we stick together and we, you know, help each other out. If someone's like, how can I make this a better vacation, or what can I do to make it better? It's like, we all try to help out. And like, honestly, that's why we started this podcast. It's just because we want to grow the community and meet more people in the community. That's because it's just such a fun fandom and community to be a part of. Like, it's fun. Like, just Disney itself is fun to like be around and like enjoy, and like it's exciting to see the different new movies, and it's exciting to have the new merch that I'm excited about, or all these different things. It's just like, I can
just
be myself.
A kid. Like, you know, you feel your youth again, you know what I mean? Not that we're that old, but it does help you feel your youth, and it's fun. And like we said, you get to release all your responsibilities at home, and you just get to, you know, live good while you're in Disney. But literally,
you really just be yourself. And it's like, I have been on the train of thinking, well, I gotta make sure my outfits coordinate well, and like I gotta have it looking cute and stuff like that. And it's like, but is that truly what I want? Like, because what I want, I think, is to start being tacky with my Disney wear.
Yeah, you've been talking about that for a while.
And so it's like, I know that if I'm not embarrassed to like wear my different lounge flies and my spirit jerseys and my different ears and like all these different accessories. Like, I'm excited to do that in Disney, because if I see that on someone else, I'm like, wait, that's so cool. Like,
Embrace
I love that.
Your Disney adult side, okay? It took me a while to embrace it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was a little embarrassed at first, to be honest, when I said, like, I'm going to Disney to, you know, my buddies.
Or starting a Disney podcast.
They would say stuff about it. I mean, now that I used to care, now I don't care. I fully embrace it. I'm like, they're like, you're going to Disney again? I'm like, heck yeah.
He's like, actually, go listen to this podcast episode, because I'm going to convince you to go to Disney.
I'm like,
as an
heck
adult.
yeah, I'm going to Disney. All right? Like, they literally have everything. I always tell people, you don't understand Disney until you go to Disney. And I know.
It's so true.
It is.
So true.
It is an expensive thing. So it's not as easy for, you know, some people to go to Disney. But I still want to get my point across that Disney, when I'm talking to these people, that Disney is a fun place to go to. Yeah. It's for kids and adults, like we've been saying this whole episode. That's literally what this episode's prefaced around, is that it's okay to be a Disney adult. If you're a Disney adult, don't feel bad about being one. Just embrace it and have a good time, because if it makes you happy at the end of the day, then, you know, you're going to be happy. So
I agree. I actually have a funny story about today. I went to go get my car cleaned, because obviously we have a road trip coming up, so we have to have an immaculate car. And this car pulled in front of me to get into the car cleaner thing. And I saw all their Disney magnets. They had Disney annual pass, all these different like Disney things. And like, it looked really cute. And like, it made me excited. I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's so fun. Like, I felt like a connection to them already, like immediately. And we ended up parking next to each other to clean our cars. And I was like, so you guys are big Disney fans? And like, we started talking about it.
You talked to them?
Yeah, I did. Cause like, and I'm not emboldened like that. Like, I'm not like the most extroverted person. So like, it's just the fact that I feel so like connected to it that I'm like, I know that these people are going to reciprocate the same amount of energy because I know like the kind of people that surround themselves, you know what I mean? That like accept it and like embrace it. And so
I like flaunting my Disney stuff now. Like,
yeah,
I feel cool. Like I wear a Disney Spirit jersey. Like if we go to Target or something and I wear it, I'm like, Psh, what's up? Like
that's
literally.
Right. That's right. Real men wear pink. You know, real men wear Stitch Spirit jerseys.
Yeah, that's right. I feel cool. Like I feel like I'm like, it's almost like whenever what's it called? Old clothing, vintage clothing.
Oh, vintage. Yeah.
It's like when someone like walking around with some vintage windbreaker on or something like that, and they're like, this is a good steal from the thrift shop, you know? It's like that's how I feel with Disney on. I'm like, I got my Mickey hat and my Spirit jersey, you know what I mean?
And like wear it because like I said with the car wash, I remember I was also at a coffee shop and a girl had like a band t-shirt on that I really liked and like the Loungefly, and she was reading a book that I liked, and I was like, I don't know if I would rock all that like personally because I'd be too worried about my aesthetics. And it's like, but it made me so excited. I was like, I want to be her friend. And it's like, I want to be that person where it's kind of like, I can show my personality through like the different things that I'm wearing or enjoying or posting about and things like that. And so all that to say,
I just think it's so cool. Like even when I'm looking on TikTok, you know, and I see like other couples or other individuals like just on there, just doing like everything is just like revolved around Disney, and they're just enjoying it, and it's like just like what we're doing here. I'm sure you guys see us the same way, you know. Like it is just it's cool to see.
We're super cool.
It's cool to see that other people, you know, like the same thing you like, and it's not just like a one-sided thing. Like there's a lot of adults that like Disney, and like I said, it's okay to like Disney because
if anything, you should like Disney.
It's for everyone. Walt did his job. He did what he said he wanted to do.
He created the empire, man.
And you know, it is full throttle right now. Like it's just getting crazier and crazier, and it's never gonna die down. Honestly, I'm gonna be a Disney fan for the rest of my life. I know that.
Yep.
So
take it on to the next generation. Absolutely.
For sure.
I hope that this list, you know, got portrayed well. I hope we did it justice. There's so much more.
So much more that we could probably list off, but this would be a 4-hour, 5-hour episode.
No, literally. So I do think it's just kind of like you just have to go and you have to experience it because it's like, yes, all these different things that we've talked about, but atmosphere is like almost number one on my list. Oh, yeah. And it's just kind of like you go and like you feel it and you're like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, just tell your friends if they're ever like, hey, you know, just be like, come on, just go spend a day with me.
Literally. And I just started thinking about this. If you're a newcomer and you're here listening and you want to hear what Disney's all about, you obviously came to the right spot. But I will tell you one thing. When you drive under that sign for the first time, you're not going to feel it. All right? You're just going to be like, I'm at Disney, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be the second time you drive under the sign. And then you are transported, like I said, to a different dimension. You are out of this world. So just give it one time, like she said. Go. Enjoy yourself. Try to enjoy yourself. You will. Trust me.
That's the other thing. Your perspective has to be open whenever you go.
Oh yeah, you can't go. You can't go closed-minded. I did that for a long time when I used to go with my family as a kid, and
like there are going to be crowds.
It made me hate it. Hot. And then I went with her, our engagement trip, and I obviously went into with an open mind because she loves Disney, and I wanted to propose to her there. And then once I went into it with that open mind, and I got to enjoy everything that Disney has to offer, like it literally changed my mind completely, like tenfold. So
and the memories are always so much sweeter after you're like gone and like at home. You're just like, oh man, that was pretty cool.
That's right. And like when I have like my next my next trip planned, like that's all I think about.
No, literally. It's like the countdown is so real. Oh my gosh, that's like literally, guys, that's where we came up with our name. It's like the countdown. For people that like aren't locals to Disney, it's like we literally always have a countdown to Disney. So to the castle. Man, that worked out so well.
That did.
I don't think we have anything else to say. I think that should just wrap it up.
I really do.
That was a mic drop moment. Well, I'm happy that this episode, you know, it was kind of hard for us to do this because they're kind of conceptual and we had tried it before. But I think think we made a perfect list.
Yeah.
I would be more than happy to share this with friends and be like, hey, just go listen to this and just hear me out.
Use us as an avenue to get your friends or family members to go to Disney.
I know a lot of people say that they're like, women will say their spouses aren't on board, and they're like, how do I get my spouses to like Disney? I'm like, give them our podcast.
And you can mention that Joey used to hate Disney.
He's a changed man.
I'm a changed man. Like, I literally, my mind has changed.
There is hope.
So there is hope at the end of the tunnel, because literally I passed up the last 3 family vacations to Disney. Sorry, my throat is super dry. But yeah, I passed up the last 3 trips to Disney and stayed home. Like,
That's
just stayed home.
crazy.
Passed up an opportunity
to
to
go
to Disney.
work at your restaurant job at the time.
Yeah, like, crazy of me. So, like we said, there's hope. Just get them to listen to this and get them there. Tell them to have an open mind, like we said. And
these are all the reasons, 15 reasons to be exact, that you as an adult should go to Disney.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's all that we have for this episode. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end with us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please follow us over at our socials, including Instagram, TikTok, and all the likes at Countdown to the Castle.
That's
we
right.
would love to have you.
Please show us some love so that we can show you guys some love.
Ooh, booyah.
Yeah, that's right. We'll come up with a new thing every single time.
Leave a like and review. Reviews are so special to us. They help us get our name out. And we get to talk to you guys. Talk to us on Instagram. DM us.
That's
talk
right.
to us. Just like, get involved.
Email us.
Email us at countdowntothecastle@gmail.com. All right. Well, that is it for today. And until next time.
Let the countdown begin.